All right, so we've got some solving equations to do. What I've mentioned on previous problems is I honestly think at this point in the semester, since it's a multiple choice test, your safest bet is to grab these answer choices one at a time and plug them in for x to see if it calculates out to be the number that it says it's supposed to be. So I literally would be typing into my calculator log of 9 times 11.62 plus 6, and I'd be asking myself, does that give me 2? Well, that one actually calculates to be 2.04. I just did it a second ago on my calculator. So you're thinking that seems legit, but then I checked the second one just because I saw that these two answers are so close together. Figured maybe a teacher was up to something silly. And then I did log of 9 times 10.44 plus 6, and that actually gave me 1.999, and at that point I felt like that's probably the better answer to choose. So, done with that one. This problem right here will actually be multiple choice on the test, so, I mean, again, you're just going to plug those answer choices in one at a time, so probably not a big reason to mess around with this one. Just use the answer choices on the test. Kind of like this one down here, solving with natural log. Plug these answer choices one at a time into there. Just natural log. ln is a button on the left hand side of your calculator, so you would just, ln, calculator puts a parenthesis there, and then you type in 54.5982. Does that actually give you 5? So natural log, I'm doing this myself, 54.5982, and that gives me exactly 4. So that's not it. It's probably the next one. Let me try that. Natural log of 74.2066. No, that one gives me 4.3. So now I'm thinking maybe it's letter E. Natural log of 148.4132. Sure enough, that gives me 5. So there it is. Moving on. Vertical asymptote of a rational function. So basically in the form, this is in that form where we do transformations. That's your A number, that's the H number, that's the K number. This guy back here is your horizontal asymptote. This number right here, I should say the opposite of that, is your vertical asymptote. And that's what this one's asking about. So it's positive 3 because it's opposite. Let's see. Nothing there. Go to the next slide. So this is asking us to describe the vertical asymptotes and holes for any of these things in this rational function. So what you'll notice here is that there's an x minus 2 right there and an x minus 2 right there. And normally you would cancel those out. What that causes, as far as the graph goes, is a hole to appear at x equals the opposite of negative 2, which is positive 2. So there should be a hole at positive 2, which we see right there. And honestly, that's the only answer choice that does that. But just for the record, furthermore, this guy right here is where your other vertical asymptote comes from, x equals negative 4, which is what this answer is saying. So feeling pretty good about that one. My students won't be doing that or that, but you will be doing some transformations. So the trick here on these is going through and identifying, the A value, the H value, and the K value. So I'll just run through that real quick. The A number causes it to be a vertical stretch or vertical compression, and if it's negative, then it causes it to be a reflection over the x-axis. The H number, if there is one, will cause the graph to go left and right. If it's a plus sign, it'll go left, and if it's a minus sign, it'll go to the right. And then the K value will cause it to go up and down, and if it's plus, it goes up, and if it's minus, it goes down. So we just need to run through these and try to identify the numbers. So number one here is a radical equation. The A number should be sitting in front. the H number will be next to the X, and the K number will be back there. This one, number 2, this is the H number right there, and this is the K number, but there is no A value on that one. Now you might be thinking there is, but that's actually the base of the exponent, and we've discussed before how that's not playing a factor. The A number is an imaginary 1 that's sitting in front of that, so you just kind of ignore that. Confusing, yes. It's kind of like this one, number 3, where that's the base. So this little 2 is kind of like that guy's number 3. This number out here is your A number. This is your H number, and this is your K number. Down here, number 4, it's rational, so there's your A number on top, there's your H number on bottom, and your K number off to the right. All right, so here we go. Number 1, we should have a reflection, a compression, because of the fraction, 1/2, right 4, and up 1. So reflection, vertical compression, right 4, up 1, that's C. Looking at question 2, there's no A value, so there's no stretch or compression. It's not a reflection. It's just simply left 1 and down 2. Left 1, down 2. There it is, F. Number 3 should have a compression, right 4, down 5. That's A. And finally, number 4 should be a reflection because of the negative, a stretch because of the 4. It should go left 2 and down 5. So reflection, stretch, nope, I don't want that one. That says right 2. Left 2, down 5. There it is. It's letter D. All right, I think that's right. Good luck on your final, guys.